Hey, it's Mr. Malte, and we're going to do some graphing fun. You might not believe me, but it will be fun. I think you're going to enjoy this. Joining me is my special guest, Miss Petuskin,
Hello.
who teaches grade 4 at East. So let's get to classroom. Your teacher should have given you this template, which is a sheet. Let's go to our graphing fun. Let's go to our graphs in Google
Right
Sheets.
up in your work there.
Perfect. All right. I notice on a Chromebook, you have to kind of zoom out. So there is a zoom just next to your paint roller there. You might want to take it down to, I don't know, 90,
Maybe
even 75. Yeah. So just to see what's good for you on your Chromebook. On this page, we have one-to-one pictographs. So when you put numbers into those boxes where it says 0, let's do 18 suns. Let's be really, you'll see, boom, it just fills up the entire thing.
A lot of suns.
Yeah. If the graph ever doesn't work, you can click into one of those suns. Like if you were to delete one of those suns, just like backspace, it deletes the formula that makes that sun appear. So you can just click on the cell that's above and grab that little handle that's on the bottom and just drag it down and it's going to fix it. Right? The little handle down, boom. So fixed. So teachers, if you want to look for actual information, if you can find, if you're doing weather, you can look for what the weather was this past month, or you can just fill in those numbers as you choose. I put some numbers in from, I don't know if that was, I can't remember if I put real numbers there, but 11 sunny days, 6 days of rain, 5 overcast, 9 partly cloudy. So just practice filling in those numbers.
We're going to do 11 sunny days, 6 days of rain, 5 overcast, and 9 partly cloudy.
Cool.
There we go.
Pretty straightforward, that one. So that's when you have data that you're getting from somewhere else. But a lot of times you can do polls in class and decide for yourself. So what we'd like you to do is we're going to make a frequency table. So teachers can put this table on the board where we'll start with cookies, because that's always a great thing to do. So cookies, and then you can put the categories of cookies that you want. You don't have to use my cookies. If you want to change your categories, you can change those categories up. If your class is like, we all hate ginger snap, and you want a different cookie in there, that's fine. But sometimes people get very specific. I had a class, and I'm like, I want a macaron. And like, well, that's not going to be, we won't have 18 people as that being their favorite. So, but if you do want to change one, like let's say you want to change ginger snap to sugar cookies or something, you could click in that cell and you can
Double click.
Yeah. What do you think? Sure.
There we go.
Awesome.
Sugar cookie.
And then for the pictures, this is kind of fun. Right now I have ginger snaps right there. But if you want to replace that with your own sugar cookies, you could insert an image.
All right.
Right at the
We're
top.
going to right click or at the top.
Well, you can do it either way, but sometimes I just go to the top. I don't know. I just go to insert at the top menu. But yeah, insert image and insert right in the cell and do an image search, Google image search for
The top, sugar cookie.
See what comes up. Yeah. Just had to fix it.
Had to.
I like those ones that have sprinkles on them, not sparkles.
These ones, yeah.
Oh, there's some delicious ones that look down. Like any of those pictures would work. Even ones that don't have a like you can, even a full image will just fill the cell. So
right on.
any of those will be fine. Boom. Perfect. So what you want to do is take a poll in your class, put some tally marks, and then get the frequency, which is your number, then fill these in. So, I mean, we could just make this up right now for us, but for you, pause us, do a poll.
Maybe have a debate about why one is better than the other.
That's a great idea. Maybe you want some homemade things in there and not Oreos, but cool. And come on back when you're done. So down at the bottom, we have a whole bunch of different graphs that we can do. So the next one is transportation. Like this would be, I think I had the data from an entire school, but in the last class I did this with, we just took a poll in the class and how many students walked, took the bus, biked, skateboarded, car, and then I just multiplied it by I think 10 just to get those larger numbers. So this one, let's say maybe it's just the grade 5s or just the grade 4s. Like how many of those students walk? How many take the bus? So you could do a poll at your grade level and find that information. And what's cool about this one is every symbol means 5. So if 50 kids in grade 5 walk to school and you press 50, yeah, you do 50. Boop. And if you change it to 51, it's not going to change. It's not going to change till you get to 55. So that's a many to one correspondence. And how you get that data is up to you. If you want to pull your whole grade or if you want to just pull your class and then multiply that just to get a ballpark figure. It's more just about making the graph.
Awesome. So even if you did 54, we'd still be right in the same area. So that's where the number underneath helps too.
Yeah, many to one. Cool. Should we do some bar graphs?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay, now these ones I've given some data just from a textbook. And those are little tables. And you can just, those are just pictures. So you can just write in there.
Plunk it from the table.
Yeah.
6 activities. Lots of people like to laugh. Drama.
Good comedy though.
2 horror, or mystery.
Ooh.
All right.
Now, the awesome thing about Sheets is that if you click just where it says favorite type of movie in that cell, you don't even have to select the whole thing. You just click that, and then there's a picture up on your top bar. It's over towards the right, and keep going right. And there's one that looks like a graph, insert chart, and all you have to do is click that one cell and click that chart. And if students, that's pretty cool. If students accidentally click where it says graph 1 movie data, the thing at the top, of the chart. And if you click a chart, it'll probably give you a chart that says no data because it doesn't know, it's a title and it doesn't know that that's not the chart. Boom. So if we're looking at this, Ms. B, do you think a pie chart is the best for this? So it gave us a pie chart automatically.
So we've got a pie chart, so we can see clearly that this is the biggest, but then it starts to get a little bit messy in here. So maybe there's another way we can quickly see what the top answer is.
So we can click our 3 dots right in that chart, and we can edit the chart, and maybe we can add numbers with the pie chart. We could also just change the chart to, in the drop down, maybe we want a bar graph.
Yeah.
Columns.
There we go.
Boom. And to me, that's a little bit easier to see visually.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
You can really see clearly from the height which ones, where they kind of all sit.
Absolutely. Okay. So remember to pause. We're just going to keep going through these fairly quickly and just show how all these work. Next one's a double bar graph. We're comparing 2 things, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm making you do all this work and typing numbers in. Now, if you type millimeters, notice that I put January rain in millimeters. If you put millimeters in there, it will be an error. It will not work, right? So you can't put millimeters right there in those boxes. It will say, what? What now?
We can try that out, see if we want.
You could. Yeah, I wonder what it'll might just give us an error. Yeah, maybe don't type it for each one because I know it's not going to work.
Not going to work. All right, let's see. Yeah, we pop into a graph, no data.
Yeah. It's like it doesn't understand the millimeters in that case. But I put it up top. Sorry, I could have helped you with some of these.
Oh, we're
You're
good.
pretty fast though.
There we go.
See if it likes it now.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Look at that beautiful bar graph. Double bar graph.
It's definitely the computer smart enough to know what kind of bar graph to pick too.
Right? It's awesome. Cool.
Awesome.
When you're comparing 2 things, you want a double bar graph. Just remember to keep pausing. Now the next tab we have is line graphs. So when things change over time. So we just make some things up here.
All right. Temperature in Celsius on Sunday. Let's go with 25. do a couple drops and see some big changes, how that kind of looks.
Yeah, the forecast for this week is 23 on Thursday, 28 on Friday. But you're pretty close. You got some good kind of summerish weather.
There
And
we
kind of
go.
same thing. Let's see if it's smart enough to give us.
A line graph. Let's see.
Yeah.
Nope.
And to me, that I don't like a bar graph for this because it's temperature and we kind of want to see the trend, right? How it's moving over time. So
That's
again,
right.
we can click on our little column and there's our, yeah, there we go. Ooh, I like it.
Nice.
One of the things it talks about in the curriculum is, the number on your vertical bar. So if we go to customize over on the right-hand side there,
This tab
sometimes
here.
people use their vertical axis to kind of misrepresent data. So there's our maximum value. And you see that box. If we were to change that to like something crazy like 1,000, which temperature is never measured in, but sometimes people do things like that. Oh, well, look, there's been no change ever. So sometimes when you look at data, you have to look at how these bars are represented. Because I've even seen where it goes up by 10 and then the next line it goes up by 100 and then 10 again because they're trying to prove their point, right? So sometimes people manipulate that. Google doesn't let you cheat too much, but if you change that, if we change it back to 25, you can see it looks pretty normal, right? Like
We're actually going to lose some of those high amounts there too.
yeah, because right, so we kind of mess it up. So we'll put it at 40, and there you go. So changing that.
Definitely, you want your scale to be equal differences there, right? You want an equal number on
Mhm.
each little section.
Perfect. And Google's going to force that, but I've seen some crazy charts, and it might be fun to go and look and find some inaccurate charts because people make those to try to prove their points or disprove things. That's a nice line graph. I love it.
Awesome, looks good.
Remember, you're pausing. Pie charts. This is this is the pie chart about pie.
A pie chart.
Oh, and I already gave. I'll take that stuff out for students, and this is a percentage of a class.
Is already calculating a percentage.
Yeah. So if you
There we
see a
go.
percentage is pretty good for pie charts. And I think we hit our graph and should do it. Boom.
There we go.
And the last one is just mascots. We'll see how much you guys get through, but what type of graph would you use for this?
Ooh,
So
good
based on the ones
question.
we've done, what would you do?
For this one, probably another bar graph for this type because it's not going to be a trend. So you don't want a line graph for something like that. You only
Yeah.
want line graphs when you're tracking something over time or something like that. So this one, let's see what the options are. But this could be a pie chart. This could be a bar graph. So I see with the pie chart, it's still a little tricky to tell. Is lion or bear? They're so close
Yeah.
that you might just want a bar graph for that one.
Sometimes if you have an overwhelming majority, you want to show them. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, if you had an overwhelming majority, you're going to get one really, really, really tall line and a bunch of short lines. So then maybe you do want a pie graph for that one.
Yeah. It'll also kind of prove your point. Like, look how many people, like most people like this. Yeah. But when numbers are really close, it's kind of hard. Awesome. That is our graphing. I hope you paused along the way. We've kind of burned through all those. Do you feel like you are a chart master now?
Feel like I'm a chart master now.
Awesome. Okay. All right, grade fours. Thank you. And thank you, Ms. P, for rocking that out.
Awesome. Thanks. Have fun graphing, guys.